We're busy going over our personal issues with Lawyer Bill. We'll get to y'all in a minute. It is a beautiful day, which is great. Nice night. The moon was appearing to be heading toward a full state, which makes everybody a little bit crazier, which is just what we need. It is a pleasure to have our guest here today from the Jones Law Firm. He is Bill Jones. We call him Lawyer Bill. We have tagged him with that name, much to his chagrin.
Our consigliere.
He goes to church and they call him Lawyer Bill. You know,
that's just wrong.
Kind of sad, but he is what he is. How are you?
Just kind of stuck.
Yeah, well, it did. It's all worked out pretty well. How is the Jones Law Firm?
It's doing well right now. It's a good time to be doing the kind of law that I do. Unfortunately,
Well, you specialize in divorce, which is never very pleasant for anybody involved, but you do it with grace and class and advise people, and that's all you can do. Now, on the bankruptcy situation, which is an all-pervasive topic, a lot of people who never thought they'd be in that situation are looking at that.
That's right. It's one of those things that with the economy being the way it is, it's an option that some people are having to look at for the first time, and a lot of people just don't know what it is.
Now, it used to be a lot easier to declare bankruptcy, right?
Back in October of 2005, they changed the rules. In fact, I remember the day before they changed the rules, I was at the office till about 10 o'clock filing about 25 or 30 bankruptcies. Everybody was trying to get in under the wire, but what they did was they changed it where you've got to pass a means test to file a Chapter 7.
Meaning what?
Meaning that your income level has to fall below the median income for this state and specifically for this county. It's a pretty complicated formula that we punch in numbers. We say, okay, this is how much you earn, this is how many dependents you have. Based upon the census information that we have, your income falls below the median income for this area.
So if you make $100,000 a year, yet you have been hit by medical bills or whatever may have come, you can't file bankruptcy.
You may not be able to. It's going to depend upon a number of factors. Does your wife work? Does she have extra income coming in? Or does your husband work? How many kids do you have in your house? If you've got 4 or 5 kids and you're making $100,000, you might be able to get in there. It's going to depend upon several factors, but that's only to get into a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. There are 2 chapters that most people file under. You hear about the airline industries filing these Chapter 11s. That's not what folks are going to file. What the general public is going to file is a Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. And the key.
So for a big business, it's more of a restructuring. It's a much different deal.
That's right.
Than a personal bankruptcy.
That's right.
Yeah.
The first thing that you really need to understand is that there are 3 types of debts that bankruptcy courts are going to look at. The first is going to be unsecured debt. And unsecured debt, the way to think about that is if they can't take it back from you, it's unsecured. If you go to your doctor and get stitches and don't pay your doctor bill, they're not going to come and take back those stitches. So that's unsecured.
Yeah.
Secured debt would be your house or your car. Anything that they can come and take away from you if you don't pay, that's secured debt.
Okay.
And the third type is going to be unsecured priority debt. That's going to be alimony, child support, taxes. It's anything that Uncle Sam has their hand in. It's not secured by anything, so they can't take anything away from you. But in a bankruptcy, they're going to treat it like it's secured debt. And what a Chapter 7 is going to do, and I know I'm throwing out a lot real quick.
No, it's all understandable.
But in a Chapter 7, what we're going to do is we're going to take that unsecured debt, and we're just going to wipe it clean. It's just going to be gone. Your secured debt, you're going to have several options. You can keep it. You can call up the bank and say, Mr. Bank, we like our house. We'd like to keep it. We'd like to keep paying you. Or you can say, Mr. Bank, we don't want our house anymore, and we don't want to pay you anymore, take it back. You can do the same with a car. The alternative to that is foreclosure, because if they foreclose on you and then they auction off your house for $50,000, but you owe $100,000 on it, after that foreclosure, you're still going to be responsible for owing $50,000. The same with your car. If they repo it and auction it off for $10,000 and you owe $20,000, you're still going to owe $10,000. What bankruptcy does is it gives you the option to tell the bank, before they foreclose, just take it back. I don't want it. The other thing that you can do is in a Chapter 13, you can say, okay, I'm 3 months behind right now on my note, but I want to keep my house. You can pay those notes that you've missed over the life of a Chapter 13 plan. And let me back up. What a Chapter 13 plan is it's a repayment. We take that unsecured debt that would vanish in a Chapter 7. In a Chapter 13, we pay back a portion of it. It's usually somewhere between 13 to 27 cents on the dollar. We pay that back over the life of a 60-month plan. So for 60 months, you're going to write one check to the bankruptcy court, and they're going to pay all your bills, all your unsecured bills.
Yeah.
So you can take house notes that you've missed and say, hey, I want to keep my house, and pay them through the plan over a 60-month period.
So this isn't a totally devastating occurrence. I mean, when you do it, you ruin your credit for
you
a
do.
while.
And it's one of those things where you can't refile a 7. I think it's for 8 years now. So you can't just come in and refile. I like putting people into Chapter 7s as opposed to a Chapter 13, because when you set up a payment plan for 60 months, life is going to happen, and these folks they're going to have trouble making this payment over a 60-month period. They're going to fall out, and then they're going to be just right back in the situation that they were at.
Yeah, because you hear about people that have filed, 3 or 4 times over the course of their adult life.
Yeah.
And it rotates around the family. Who's going to be the one to take the fall this time?
Yeah, and they do it just to work the system. Our guest is Bill Jones, our friend lawyer Bill. People are calling with questions, and you may do so too.